The gameplay you guys saw was done on Inferno 9 with 2100 resonance, 70% movement speed with around 6 minutes left on the counter for a Terra Rift. This is going to be my updated version of the God speed build for a wizard. I end up making few changes to the essences, and now we can do even more damage with this build. So this is going to be my updated version. I will be going through everything you would need to get this build working for everyone. It is going to work for everyone. Doesn't matter if you are free to play, a small spender, or someone who is a large whale. The build is very simple to play on any device. You don't need 2-button spam, and on the top of that you also have the teleport to move around. Pretty convenient build if I say so myself. Very good, and gives you quite a lot of movement speed, like maximum amount of movement speed, and that is going to be 70%. But anyhow, if you guys like the gameplay, let's dive into the build themselves, starting with the skills that I was using: the Electrocute, Lightning Nova, Teleport, Slow Time, and then Disintegrate. As for the Paragon, this is what I was equipped with to have a bit increase character size. Increase character size in Diablo Immortal, give your character a bit more movement speed. The larger your character, the faster you will be moving. That is a thing in Diablo Immortal if you are new to the game and did not knew about that. And so this is how my Paragon setup is at the moment. But if you're looking for a bit more damage, then you can go with the Slinger. That is gonna work as well. Moving forward, let's dive into the Warband Bonus. And as always, I was using the Protector, and again for some increased character size here to get some more movement speed. But if you're looking forward for some damage, then Attacker is going to be for you. But personally, I am always using nowadays a Protector unless I really need that damage in a Challenge Rift or the Gauntlet bosses. Then I can go with the Attacker. And now for some important demonstration, this is indeed 70% movement speed. If we activate this and go take a look at this, 70% movement speed. Just wanted to showcase this here in case someone was wondering how this was achieved. Then how we were able to get 70% movement speed was, of course, the only 5-star gem I'm using here is the Bloodsoaked Jade for the passive movement speed. Then even without that, I think we can maybe, let me see, can we achieve 70% if we were to use a Lightning Nova? There we go. Even without Bloodsoaked Jade, we were able to achieve 68% movement speed. So even without the Bloodsoaked Jade, you would be pretty fast with this build. And how we were able to achieve that, now I'm gonna break that down, how to achieve 70% movement speed. So for the weapons, both weapons, I was using a rune that gives me 3% movement speed. And then I have some movement speed, I believe so, on my amulet right there. Skill cooldown and 3% movement speed. And I believe so, there we go, I have some more movement speed on my ring. And this is how I was able to balance between the skill cooldown and the movement speed. Even without the Bloodsoaked Jade, we are sitting at somewhat really decent movement speed. So that is how you achieve 70% movement speed with this build. But for the essences, let's go take a look at the essences. I was gonna put the Bloodsoaked Jade back there, but let's leave it. I was using 2 pieces of Virtus Urges to extend the beneficial duration. This is 100% needed for the skills we're using. It extends the duration of the above skills for us. Lightning Nova, Slow Time, and Disintegrate, they all considered to be buff skill, and we need that Virtus Urges to have 100% uptime on these skills. So 2-piece Virtus Urges is what I was using. And then I am equipped with 4-piece Banquet of Eyes. The first 2 piece is going to give me 15% increased damage to the enemies who will be suffering from a poison of the viper bite. And before that poison goes away, most of them gonna die anyhow in 6 seconds. And then as I hit and apply the poison from my seeping bile, I will be getting stacks of critical hit chance, and this is gonna make it faster to kill those trash monsters. Then we are equipped with two pieces of Feasting Baron to extend the duration of the poison and harmful effects we have. You can go try something else, but I would suggest using the Feasting Baron. And again, at the end, the two pieces is the Banquet of Ice. Now, some important stats that you absolutely need on your character, that is going to be the critical hit chance. You guys can see I have ton of critical hit chance here right now, and I was able to achieve that from the helm. It is on the helm, so I try and focus on critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and skill damage, which can be found on helm, shoulder, both main weapons and both offhand weapons. And other than that, we would need if you can try and get the runes here. That also comes with the critical hit chance for the offhand. It will give you about 8% more critical hit chance, but this depends if you get lucky or you are going to purchase them from the market. Nowadays they goes for pretty cheap, at least on my server. And some of the other important stats that we're gonna look at is going to be beneficial duration, effects increase on your chest, your legs, then your belt, shoes. This is gonna be really must have to extend the beneficial duration of these skills, and highly recommend getting the beneficial duration increase rune on the helm and the shoulder as well. Let me see if the shoulder comes with the beneficial duration. Yes, it does. So getting some more beneficial duration increase runes on these two is going to be a must. And as for the cursed pieces, the cursed item, I was using 6 pieces of lash. This was giving me bleeding every 9 seconds, and this is something I use for PvP, and that's it. But lash is going to be something I would recommend. And as for the Reforge bonuses, we'll let you guys see it quickly. This is what I was equipped with: damage to demons, attack speed, beneficial duration again, critical hit damage, and all skill damage. Now let's go dive into the essences, starting with the helm. This is for the slow time. Slow time now surround you with a static field that follow you, damaging and applying shock to all nearby enemies. And this is how it looks. Gives us a very large area. We will be applying shock, and then our lightning skills will deal 50% increase damage to those monsters. If you did not knew, shock, once you apply shock to the enemy and then hit them with a lightning skill, they take actually 50% more damage from those skills. If you were like just basically hitting them with the lightning ability but not apply shock, then they would take 50% less damage. So that is going to be the health. And moving forward to the chest, this is for the lightning nova. Lightning nova now transfigure you into a ball of pure lightning, allowing you to move at high speed, giving us the ability to move unhinged through the enemies. And this gives us 60% movement speed. Then we can stack up from the runes and some of the attributes. Then the shoulder is for the disintegrate. Disintegrate now surround you with a entropic field that follow you, damaging and making nearby enemies vulnerable to critical hits. And then the legs are the new one that we just got for the Inferno 9. You deal 9.5% increased damage for 2 seconds to enemies hit by disintegrate. And the tougher enemies who will try and get closer to you, you will be dealing a lot more damage to them. And even as you move past the enemies, they get hit from your disintegrate, and for next 2 seconds they will be taking increased damage from you, and most enemies die within 2 seconds. As for the main hand, the first one is for the slow time. Slow time increase your skill damage by 22.5% and some skill cooldown for the slow time there as well. The second main hand, it is a nick of time to increase the radius of the slow time skill, so we can have a larger area. This gives us a good ability to wipe out a lot of monsters as we move fast and applying a dot to them, like poisoning them from either Haunt Coil or the Viper Bite. And for the offhand, we have the Fanatic Spark to reduce the cooldown of the Lightning Nova and give us a bit more damage. But even with this Fanatic Spark, we were not able to hit that 30% maximum cooldown on the Lightning Nova that we needed, and that is why we are using another Lightning Nova SN here, Nexus Runt. That gives us some more cooldown on the top of getting some attack speed. We won't be getting this movement speed. This SN is not here for a movement speed. This SN is basically here so we can get that additional 10% Lightning Nova cooldown and can achieve that 30% cooldown, and we get that attack speed increase as well, which could be good for fighting bosses. So there we go. That is in-depth guide of the build that we are using. As for the gems, this is what I was equipped with. Even if we remove Bloodsoaked Jade, I was using the Spectre Glass. Entropic Well, Horn Coil is going to be must. I think this gem is must for everyone, and I would highly recommend getting the gem to rank 4. Result is pretty awesome. And then rank 6 Viper Bite, rank 6 Mother Lament for some critical hit chance. And then I was equipped with a Berserker Eye, rank 10, and a rank 5 Fervent Fang. So those were the gems. Results were pretty good. Now I'm signing off. See you all in the next one. You guys have an excellent day. Take care of yourself. I see you all in the next one. Later, guys.